Hey guys, welcome to the farm. Welcome back to the farm. But if you are new, my name is JC and we homestead on our property here in Virginia, run our equine ministry. It's our nonprofit organization utilizing our horses, and I make handcrafted soap and other bath and body products that actually help support what we do here on the farm. Okay, a few things that's changed. Last video I did, I was milking in my horse barn. It worked, but it was a lot of work to get the does to come in one at a time and trying to keep the other ones back. So I moved back into the center aisle of one of our goat barns. Okay, this is close quarters, but we'll see how this works. Maybe I can, there we go. All right, first up is Peaches. She had the triplets. She was freaking me out the whole time because she lost her ligaments and then she got them back, and then her labor was like, I don't know, it wasn't like she was really contracting well enough. And to my surprise, she had 3 healthy babies. At first I thought it was something wrong with my system, but I think she's holding back. So, I mean, it's suctioning. I'm gonna bring another doe in and see, but I am going to see if I can, I just take my top off of this system. It's just a mason jar. So you hear that suction, it was suctioning, but let me see if I can. And with hand milking, I will say you can kind of empty them out better than a milking system, but you can always use the milking system and then hand milk the rest of it out to make sure you're getting all the milk. Let's look at this. This is Chloe. She has done amazing. And just scoot over, girl. And getting geared up for the milking stand. Good girl. It's amazing what happens when you really work with your goats. And she's got teats like Peaches. So hopefully this works on here. They do have different teat cup sizes you can do too to switch out for the different sizes of your goats' teats. Oh, it's working. Guys, we're gonna fill up this huge jar. So this is Abigail. If you can see, her brothers and sisters are probably twice the size of her. Health-wise, I mean, her coat is great, her frommages are great. So I'm gonna see if she'll nurse on the other side. She is blue-eyed, and she's definitely, I've been socializing her and getting her accustomed to me getting her and actually even feeding her. So I'll give her a little bit of this and she gets it. So there we go. Good job. I know, we're coming. We're coming. Hi. Hello. Are you ready? Okay. Come on. Okay, so I did get a full jug here. I'm gonna take that down and I strain it, and I actually strain it about 3 times and then put it in the back of my refrigerator to keep it really, really cool. Sometimes I'll stick this 30 minutes in the freezer. It just, the colder you can keep your milk, the better. It's just, that's just is so much better. But I'm gonna go thrifting with my son after we finish chores, and then we'll make soap tonight. So I hope you enjoy that. Okay, here we are in the soap lab. I have my magnolia, purple magnolia, that I've been infusing in this olive oil for probably 4 weeks. So this is my olive oil. I'm gonna use what the recipe calls for. So again, when you do an infusion with oil, you want to make sure that you dry your flowers, dry your herbs. Now, if you want to do a tincture like a homeopathic, then you're going to use vodka with fresh herbs. So I'm going to let that strain a little bit and grab my other olive oil. Let me get you. I'm just going to explain how I do the milk in oil recipe instead of freezing goat milk, adding the lye and working that in. I've done a water lye solution. I'll explain how you figure out your numbers and then add your goat milk to your oil, your batch of oils. All right, so I'm gonna get my olive oil up to where I need it to be. Okay, I have my olive oil, especially my infused one as well, and these are my hard oils and butters going in. Okay, I want to show you the recipe that I have on soap calc really quick to show that I have 20 ounces of water, okay? So instead of doing all 20 ounces, and remember, I'm doing a very reduced water to lye reduction. I'm doing a 1.3 to 1, so it comes out to be like 18% water to oil weight. Now, I'm gonna deduct 4 ounces because I want to add my goat milk to be included in that 20 ounces. So my lye solution was 16 ounces plus the amount of lye that's in the recipe. And now I can add my goat milk to this oil, all my oils and butters. And this is 4 ounces to equal the 20 ounces in the recipe. Now that I got my milk in there, I will blend this all up, and then I'm gonna split this in half. This is about 10 pounds of soap batter I'm going to end up having once I add everything. So I'm going to divide this in half because I'm doing 2 completely separate soaps. If you look over to my left over here, I have all of my clays measured out to do that. So I'm going to wait to add my kaolin clay because I don't want the weight of my kaolin clay is in here. Okay, so now I have this mixed in. I'm going to divide it because I'm doing 2 separate soaps. So my total oils come to 107.2, but remember I added 2 ounces of that goat milk, so I need to calculate that as well. Going to be a lot of fun. And then I'll add my kaolin clay to each recipe. 54.6. Now you could totally do a milk powder. I have done that as well. I have an organic cream powder that sometimes I add to the soap batter, but now I have my soap divided. That's going to be per 5-pound recipe. So this is now a 5-pound recipe. I split it in half. I'm going to add my kaolin clay and we'll blend that up. Okay, so since I divided the batter in half, I'm going to have to divide my lye solution in half as well, remembering that I did 16 ounces of water, actual water, because the other 4 ounces went in these 2 batches. So, all right, here's my lye solution. I'm going to put in half of what my recipe calls for. Okay, here we go. Time to add our lye. I did a double check on my measurements just to make sure. Get this out of the way. I'll need that in a minute. If you see a little tiny specks, that's just from the botanicals that I put in. So I'm fine with those being in there. Here we go with our lye solution. Right into our oils and milk. I'm going to blend it just a tad bit more. I'm going to add my essential oils. So I pre-mix these, get the blend going. And I'll do a quick blend on that, and then we'll get to divvying out our colors. Okay, all I did with my colors is a little bit of distilled water in with the clay, and I'm going to add the soap directly to this. Just kind of have to guesstimate how much soap batter you're going to need. I'm not going to need as much as the yellow because the design I'm doing is kind of going to be trying, we hope, like a bloom with a heart as the bud of the flower, and then I'll top it off with a little yellow, you know, like those little sprigs coming out from the center of a flower. That's kind of what I'm thinking. We'll see.
With the little that I have, with the little I can give, with the little that I am, Lord, I know you, Lord, I know you You show favor through my failing ways. Hallelujah, you've accepted me. With the little that I have, with the little I can give.
All right, it's time to cut some soap. Just tightened up my strings. They're a little. All right, so the first one up is the one that I'm hoping, I hope this is good enough to cut, is kind of looks like a flower. That was the hope. It kind of looks like a flower with the heart. Okay, well my flower didn't stay in the center, the flower design, so we'll see. This might be too soft to cut, actually. No, we should be okay. It's gonna be a good soap for the skin. Might not be the right design I was going for, but oh, it's still really soft though. Okay, let me see. Aw, I think that's good. It looks like a I like it. It's kind of turned a little different than what I was hoping, but it's almost like reverse drops in a sense. All right, okay. I like that. Beach bum. I do different designs, but call it beach bum because it's the ocean mist and sea salt natural fragrance with eucalyptus. Oh, and I forgot I was going to cut it the other way, but that's okay. I could have waited to cut these. All right, here is the actual. I'm a little nervous. Did it turn out? Oh, it kind of did. We'll have to see how the colors morph. I would have liked some more white in there. That's kind of cool. Let's see, because this color is going to morph. Now I'm hoping some of them have, I should have put more white in there. Look! That's kind of cool. All right. Oh, this one's nice. Now see this dark? That's how dark it's going to be around the edge. I hope you enjoyed this. Oh, I like that. This is great. Yeah. I hope you enjoy it. Make sure you like and subscribe if you'd like more content on just life here at the farm at Steadfast and my soap making business, kind of how-tos. I appreciate it, guys. Appreciate the love. Thanks so much. Have a blessed day. Bye.